Why is it whenever Hollywood goes to make a movie about Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, or hell, even Battleship, they have no problem throwing hundreds of millions of dollars at the production? But whenever a Dungeons & Dragons movie tries to get off the ground, it's like, here's $5 and some pocket lint. Aragon was a bestseller, but it was only 4 years old when they made it into a $100 million movie. Dungeons & Dragons was started in 1974, and it didn't get a movie until 2000. That production wasn't exactly met with open arms, as it took roughly 10 years to get made, and the studio still only parted with $30 million for the production. You would think with the long-running history of this IP, and a built-in audience of thousands of fans, making a big-budget movie based on something like Greyhawk or Forgotten Realms would be a no-brainer. 5 years after the first D&D movie, a different team with some of the same producers made a loose sequel, Wrath of the Dragon God. Dungeons & Dragons, Wrath of the Dragon God is a 2005 fantasy action film from director Jerry Lively. The movie opens with Mr. Magma. Oh, it's Monstrum all over again. A voiceover by Damodar, one of the villains of the original, explains the backstory. At some point after the first movie, Damodar was turned into a lich. For over 100 years, he's been searching for an artifact so he can get revenge on the world. You know, it's cheap, but I kind of like that they had this artwork of the sea monster, rather than it being bad CGI. Inside the cave, hey, it's Ivan Ooze. I thought you were in that new X-Men movie. He gets the orb, which removes his curse, and turns him back to immortal. Looks like they got rid of that blue lipstick, too. Over in the Kingdom of Izmir, Barak is watching a duel. Oh no, the DM's trying to play bureaucratic NPCs again.
Halifax has threatened not to sign your law for the new sewer if you cut off the supply of wheat.
Barak used to be the captain of the King's Guard, but now is the royal tax advisor. He goes to see his wife Melora. She explains to the audience the difference between divine magic and arcane magic.
Divine magic is completely different. It's granted by the gods.
A merchant from a neighboring village asks Barak for help. They have a local cave that's filled with poison gas.
Hey, buddy, you gonna steal your car now? Let me in because I'm a big fat guy and I can't go anywhere because there's gonna be some poison gas. I mean, it's gonna be really poison gas. Everybody's gonna be dead, especially me.
They head to the cave and Melora casts a spell to clear the gas. Barak explains that the holes dispensing the gas aren't holes at all, but in the nostrils of a sleeping black dragon. Couldn't you just tell them it was a dragon instead of trying to wake it up? Melora casts a vision spell to try and decipher some encoded books when she has a vision of Damodar doing his Dracula impersonation. This causes the magic table to explode. Melora, you've got ketchup in your hair. The books were knocked into place, and now the text is unencrypted. This is like Wizard DRM. They tell the Wizard Council that an ancient group of mages was able to trap the Black Dragon beneath a mountain and put all his powers in an orb. They then put the orb in an impenetrable fortress, and the dragon's been asleep for 3,000 years. The council tries to use the spell to locate the orb, but all they get's an angry message from Damodar.
Profian cursed me to return as a corpse creature should I fail him, which I did not. He was killed before the damnation could be removed.
No, he didn't. He cured you before he died.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god. Stop you fucking lying.
When Melora cast a spell, Damodar took some of her hair and placed a curse on her. Damodar's talking to his assistant. Good to see Clint Howard's still working. Barak has to go on a quest to stop Damodar and retrieve the dragon orb. He picks the members of his party. Lux, the 7th level human barbarian. Nim, the 7th level human rogue. Dorian, the 7th level human cleric. Why does he have racing stripes on his head? And Ormeline, the 9th level elven wizard. Barak himself is only a 7th level fighter. Shouldn't he at least be a level 10? Although if he can pick his party, why isn't he like, yeah, I'll take the level 20 wizard. We should be back with the dragon orb by, yesterday. So Damodar gets fed through a hole in his back. In the 100 years since the first movie, it seems Izmir,
the Empire of Izmir,
became...
Your place is here, in Izmir.
The next day, the party's ready to go. They're headed to find Malik's vault. Well, headed to find someone who knows where to find it. The group heads through an evil forest, where they're being watched by the dreaded CGI monsters. They're building a raft when Barak runs into another lich. He sends his minions after them, but they get away on the raft. Barak confides in Dorian, and I'm sorry, those racing stripes are beyond silly. Over in Snake Mountain, the lich is there to tell Damodar about Barak. For a guy with all his powers, where are his guards? His minions? His subjects? He has like one servant. The group makes it to the goblin camp, but they're all dead. They search the shaman's hut and find a magical ring.
What kind of ring is it?
I need time and study to determine its function.
Come on! A 9th level wizard doesn't know what a ring with a ram's head on it is? It's a ring of the ram. They find a chest, but it's trapped, so Nim finds a way around it. Nim has a vial of purple stuff. That'll eat through anything. No wonder the Sunny D kids never drank it. For people complaining why the acid doesn't eat through glass, you might want to look up why acids are kept in glass vials, instead of saying that this is a plot hole. Inside's a book that tells them where Malik's vault is. They leave the hut in a hurry because the creature that killed the goblins, a white dragon, has returned. Dorian tries to use a fire spell on it, but the dragon counters with his breath weapon. Okay, Dorian, you gotta make a saving throw. Oh, shit. They use their combined talents and manage to kill the dragon, which spills pieces of Dorian all over them. Sorry, man, you wanna roll a new character? Okay then, there are now 4 heroes headed to Malik's vault. In order to read the hidden text, there seems to be a lot of hidden text. They have to set the Librum on fire. After it burns, it leaves behind a tornado. That looks like a strong F2, possibly an F3. A 4 will relocate your house very efficiently.
Is there an F5? What would that be like?
The finger of God.
The tornado drills a hole into the floor to reveal a crypt under the guild. This is all for that one player who just had to put all their points into cipher script and diplomacy. Nim hands Barak the Jolly Rancher of Sight so he can locate Malik's vault. While they try to get into the vault, they're attacked by the Capital One bandits. What's in your wallet? Lux and Ormeline hold them off, while Barak and Nim try to figure out how to get into the vault. See? Ring of the Ram. They open the vault and escape. They need to sexy this movie up. So here's Oberon in a hot tub. Rather than continue to pour water on an old man, Oberon's assistant explodes. They fight a bunch of dark manels and barely get away. They run into another trapped hall. Ormeline lets a bird go and, geez, it's like the D&D version of the Resident Evil hall. Nim opens a wall, which shows a mirror that gives them the correct path through the room. Nim doesn't make it in time and gets zapped, but he's still alive. They use the altar, which shows them the location of Damodar. They teleport in, and things don't go so well. Ormeline gets her arm stuck in a wall, and Damodar drops a cage on Barak and Lux. Why does Damodar sit down like he has hemorrhoids? Ormeline and Nim distract Damodar. Barak busts out of the cage and cuts his arm off. No big battle or anything, just, oh shit, my arm! Well, guess I'll be going. Barak then cuts off Ormeline's arm, and they teleport back. They leave Nim and Ormeline with the healers, and head to Ismir. There's a portal opening, so Lux stays behind to buy Barak some time. Barak makes his way back to Ismir, with one of the monsters after him. Ismir's royal guards need to go back to archery school. The monsters kill Lux. Jeez. This DM's brutal. They place the dragon orb, and it opens a door to what Melora saw in her visions. Oberon steals the orb and kills everyone. Only it's not Oberon, it's a PS1 graphic. Look at him go! Oh, it's the Lich. He takes the orb and gives it back to Damodar, who raises the black dragon, although it looks more like a Dracolich. Arthas! Will you call off Syndragosa? The dragon smashes the orb and goes on to destroy Ismir. Speaking of WoW, this does kind of feel like Cataclysm. While the dragon's destroying Ismir, Barak's giving Melora a pep talk. Melora has to prove her faith to get a new dragon orb. She's the only one who can wield the orb, but she's dying because of the curse. Barak goes to kill Damodar to break the curse. Well, Barak's stunt double.
Kill him yourself, O great and powerful Damodar. The look on your face has made this whole endeavor worthwhile.
Okay, what? That doesn't make any sense. I helped you get the orb so I could see this stupid look on your face. Ha 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 ha. I need better hobbies. Damodar's trying to get away, but Lux is still alive. She goes to kill him, but Barak stops her. He gets Damodar to release Melora from his curse. Okay, now kill him. She uses the new orb to trap the dragon again. Things are getting back to normal. Lux leaves town. Ormeline has her arm back. Nim's okay. And Melora's appointed to the Mages Guild. Oh, and Damodar's in prison, waiting for the next sequel. The movie was filmed in Lithuania for about $12 million. After the disastrous outcome of the first movie, no one was in a particular hurry to make a sequel. Initially, I thought this was going to be a sequel, in name only, like American Psycho 2, but with it taking place in Izmir, the land created for the first movie, and the return of Damodar, it was a genuine sequel. Just that Damodar was the only person to return, and all the characters from the first movie were long dead. They wanted to make it more faithful to the game, so they enlisted Gary Gygax, the creator of D&D, as a consultant. Because of this, they incorporated many of the things from the pen and paper game, like having the characters doing things according to their class, and not something like having a ranger wearing plate mail. While I enjoy the first movie for what it is, this one feels more like a genuine D&D campaign. The characters were more likable, and they relied more on real locations, rather than an overabundance of CGI. They also had numerous items and monsters from the game. A Vorpal sword, the Ring of the Ram, Magmen, liches, the symbol of the god Obedhai, and many others. They also reference various modules, like the Ghost Tower of Inverness.
He and I were part of the party that stormed the Ghost Tower of Inverness.
And the expedition to the Barrier Peaks. The movie also did a better job of portraying dragons, like the badasses that they are. In the original, an army of dragons didn't do much damage. But in the sequel, one dragon practically destroyed the city. It was a colossal Dracolich, but still. You'll notice that Burak's sword changes during the movie. Originally, they had a segment where he acquires the Vorpal sword, but it was too expensive to shoot, so they had to cut it out of the movie. Now, halfway through the movie, he just has a Vorpal sword all of a sudden. This movie makes me miss the days of dice rolling with my old group. I just wish they had a little more money so the CGI monsters didn't stick out so much. Still, this is a movie that even though it had less than half the budget of the original, it surpasses it. There's no forced comedic relief, and the jokes that are there feel natural. I don't know why D&D gets the short end of the stick. The pen and paper game's still going strong. There's tons of video games under the brand, numerous best-selling novels, and yet when it comes to making movies, it seems they just go direct to video. You can't even get the third movie on DVD in the US. It's ridiculous that such a huge franchise that would need lots of money for proper special effects gets less of a budget than most comedies. Thankfully, it seems Warner Brothers has taken the chance to make an official big-budget Dungeons & Dragons movie. My inner teenager is putting on his robe and wizard hat.
Shoes are not allowed in this sacred space.
What do you?
His piety is only matched by his power.